I want to talk to you about focusing on the problem behind the problem. So your ability to recognize and solve someone's problem is one of the top 5 things that you have to be able to do in order to drive up your closing ratio. When I was training leadership coaches on how to sell their services, they all started out by thinking that their prospects all had leadership issues. Well, that's great. Define leadership issues for me. It's a pretty long list of kind of common things, isn't it? By learning how to discover the problem behind the problem, they were able to quickly narrow down where the prospect's leadership gap was, and then sell right to that problem. Asking questions like, how does this show up? When does this happen most often? Who on the team is impacted most? And tell me more about that. Give me an example of that. See, they would learn if the deeper issue was communication or maybe even trust. These are 2 very different problems that simply aren't just leadership problems, are they? This allowed them to customize their proposal and present a solution that the prospect had 100% certainty in knowing was going to solve their real problem at its root cause. A really good practice, if you would be able to go back to your past sales and make a list of all the different ways your prospects' problems presented themselves. Work on developing discovery questions that tweezer out all those problems and that allow your prospect to open up more about what's bothering them and what their challenge is. When you can go deep and not just wide in your discovery questions, you're going to learn to add more value in the sales process and assert yourself as an authority, and you'll become an expert in the mind of your buyer. Remember, experience is your best teacher. Take what you've learned from this video, just this simple process of going to the problem behind the problem, going deeper, not wider. And I think if you'll do this, you're going to find that it's going to pay big dividends. I'll see you tomorrow.